Hey folks, I am back with Alexander Flores. We are going to do a circle prospecting role play call today. Just like every other role play call we do, this is going to be kind of a moderately difficult. We want to see how Alexander navigates a conversation. And then I'll offer a little bit of coaching advice afterwards so you guys can see what kind of coaching I give. With that said, Alexander, good to see you again.
Hi.
Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's get started.
All right. All right. So let's do it. And ring, ring.
Um, yep. Hello.
Hello, Bruce.
Yep.
Hi, Bruce. This is Alexander. I hope you're doing well. And by the way,
Who?
I'm pretty sure my name is Alexander Bruce, and I am with ABC Realty. And I'm not going to take that long. I'm pretty sure you're busy. And really quickly, I was calling about our property on 33rd Street. I was just wondering if you have given any thoughts to potentially or possibly selling it, or maybe you're just very content where you are and selling is the last thing on your mind.
Um, the 122 33rd Street. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly.
Oh, that's actually my sister's house.
Is
Uh,
it?
yeah, yeah, that's my sister's house.
Hmm.
I co-signed for her, so that's probably why I'm popping up on there. But no, I don't own that house. She lives there.
Oh, that's terrible. My information is totally off. So, would you mind if I get her phone number? We're dealing with homeowners and sellers in the area, and we have a great team that works, very, very quickly to get everything according to their needs done. Would that be okay?
Um, I'm not
I,
sure if she. I'll have to ask her about that.
oh,
I'd have to ask her about that. But let me get your number, and then if she's interested, I'll have her give you a call.
sure thing. My number is 916
Hmm.
6316. Oh,
Okay.
and thank you for being very, very generous by taking this call. And before I jump off really quickly, would you mind if I get either your email or hers so I can shoot you guys our information? That way you have it if down the line you need
Um,
us.
yeah, you can get mine. I'd be kind of curious to see what you guys do.
Curious?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Just kind of see. You said you're with ABC Realty, so um, sure.
oh,
Uh,
sure thing, sure thing. So it sounds like you have something else in your mind. I mean, you needing any type of real estate services? Maybe something I can elaborate a little bit.
Um, well, I'm not really sure. I've got a rental property over on the east side of town. I've been
Mm,
it's been a little bit of a nightmare. I hadn't been able to keep a tenant in there here lately, so I've given it a thought to selling there. But I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to sell. You just never know. The market's still kind of high here, and with interest rates being what they are, might be a decent time to cash out a few things.
of course, and it makes sense. It sounds like you're really concerned. You're really concerned about that property.
It's just a pain in my butt. I change my mind every week. It depends whether there's a repair needed or not. When everything's good, it's good and the money's good, but uh,
Yeah, I
it's
hear you.
just inconsistent.
I hear you, and you're not alone here, Bruce. Most of the folks we work with, they feel the same way, especially when they're rentals. But do you have a moment so I can ask you a few questions, and without any commitment on your end, of course?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Or do you think it'll be best if we schedule it for a later time? You sound a little bit busy.
No, I'm all right. I got about 3 or 4 minutes here.
All right. So you were mentioning that this property, and do you mind if I get the address really quickly so I can look it up?
Oh, yeah, that property is going to be 456 West Third Street.
You said 456 Ford Third
West
Street. Mhm.
West Third Street.
All right. And just a zip, just to make sure, please. Can I get the zip code just to make sure?
Um, 27927. I'm making something up, Alexander. Don't look it up.
Great, 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 great. Well, thank you. Yeah, I do have it over here. And so you're saying that if I got this right, how long has it been without a tenant there?
Well, I have a tenant,
Oh, you
but
do?
they're leaving. They just gave me a 1 month notice last week, and I
Mm,
just haven't been able to keep anyone in there for longer than like 9, 10 months for like 3 tenants in a row now.
okay, I see. And besides that, why even considering selling it? I mean,
Well, the market's still
mm,
good. Interest rates are up. I think I just think
mm,
the economy is probably going to crash any day now.
there
Um,
you go.
this
There you go.
stang president that we have in place here, um, I just think the sky's falling and might be time to get my money out.
Yes, curious that you mentioned because, like, I would say, like 90% of the folks I talk to, they bring the same subject. Yeah, it's a terrible thing, but yeah, listen, definitely makes sense what you're telling me, and based on your concerns, I'd like to ask you just a few more questions. Like, for example, like what are the conditions of the property, or how much in money wise would you say that is needed for repairs, if any needed?
It's an average condition. I'm constantly over there having to make repairs. It probably needs a new roof at some point in the next 5 or 6 years. Um,
Oh, mm,
I don't know what those cost these days.
mm,
And if I was keeping it, I'd probably switch the countertops and the floors out, but I'm not sure
I hear you.
if I'm
All right.
interested in doing that.
There you go. And now, realistically speaking, if you were to get an offer that would make sense, how soon would you be able to, hand over the keys and to be done with it?
And that's a good question. Um, Depends whether I want to keep a tenant in there. If I put another tenant in there and they're good, I might be a year or two. But
Mhm,
I got these tenants. They're moving out here in like 3, 4 weeks.
mhm.
So so I could I'd love to be done with it within a couple of months, I think.
Oh, okay, a couple of months. All right. And could you share with me like a price range you have in mind uh, that you will get for this property, like walking away comfortable, with the smile on your face?
Man, I got 120 in it right now. Like that's the mortgage. And I haven't looked up values over there. I think I saw the neighbor's house sell last year for like 425.
Okay. And that is your ballpark or
Yeah,
your
that's
bottom line?
no, that's um, I don't know what my bottom line is. I don't know what it's worth.
I hear you. All right. Well, I thank you very much for sharing this with me. Now, based on what you're telling me, you're mentioning that you're concerned, because of the market and about keeping tenants and the conditions. The house seems to be okay, but maybe some repairs needed. Now, I was wondering if it would make sense for you to speak to my team lead. She is actually one of the best uh, specialist real estate professionals in the area. And we give you options, not only conventional selling, but also, the option of a cash offer, whatever the case may be, or whatever suits your needs better. If you need something quick, or if you have the time to, sell it on the open market. So having said that, would it be okay if, or when would you be able to show us the property? That would be ideal.
Oh, got it. Got to talk to the tenants, but I could probably slip over there sometime later this week or maybe over the weekend. I need to get a hold of the tenants. They're usually pretty flexible though.
Awesome. And the good thing is that they're leaving, right? So they know it wouldn't like upset them in any way or anything. So I have. What about this weekend? Anytime between 10 and noon, or maybe Tuesday or Wednesday after 6, between 6 and 7 p.m.
This weekend is probably going to be better. Let's maybe say Sunday, and I'll have to call the tenant, so I don't want to commit to it yet. But
Okay.
but maybe Sunday, 10, 11 o'clock.
All right. So again, this is without any commitment. This is to show you what is it that we can do and how we can get you what you're looking for.
Okay.
So it's been a pleasure speaking to you, Bruce. So I'll be calling you Friday just to follow up and to see where we are on the appointment. Okay.
Okay.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, that works.
Understood. Well, I didn't get your email though. Did
Oh,
I?
right. No.
Mm,
That's just going to be brucehill@yahoo.com.
all right. And then once you get my information, brucehill@yahoo.com, once you get my information, if you could forward it to your sister so she can have it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, sure.
again, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being so generous with your time today. And my name is Alexander with ABC Realty. Have a
Okay.
great day, Bruce.
All right. Thanks. You too. Bye. Cool.
Wow. I went all over the place.
Way to pull it out, man. Way to pull it out. I, I, so let me go back to the beginning, because there was a couple of opportunities in the beginning, and I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
picked up on the curiosity of what you did. That was up until that point, I wasn't 100% sure that you were gonna pull it through. But good job being nice and flexible and easy. I threw you a real curveball there with that's my sister's house, it's not mine, and no, I don't want to give her number out. Thanks for good ask. Good job asking.
Thank you.
I probably would have fished to see if the person that you were talking to had real estate a little bit earlier than you did. So I would have said, "Hey, I completely get it. Hey, do you have any idea if your sister? We're kind of selling properties in that area and have some buyers in that area. Do you have any idea if your sister might have given any thought to selling?" Well, no, I don't know. I was probably going to say that, and then say, we just do a lot in the area, and it's a really low inventory. Prices are still really good throughout the area. We got a bunch of buyers looking. I don't imagine you have any properties that you've thought about selling, do you? Do you? Well, yeah, I do. Okay. So now you're shifting, you're establishing that there's buyer demand, that you're not looking at one specific address, that this is a general approach, that you have generally have buyers looking, that you're still getting really good prices, and you may have been able to pull me into the conversation without me, the prospect, having to mention that I'd be curious.
Yes.
Um,
Just taking a little bit of some
yep.
notes here.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Other thing
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
I left the door open, and you're going to have to go back and listen to the call for where I left it open, but I did leave the door open with a small hint, and I bet you most people watching this didn't pick up on the hint either, but a small hint that I might have a couple of properties. So I kind of left things a little open ended when I mentioned the rental property and the economy and different things like that about cashing out
Catching
for
up.
everything. Okay. And the kind of that word everything, and I can't remember exactly what I said, but I think the word everything would have been the indication that that
Mhm.
there might be more than one house there. So I probably would have wanted to see you dive into that a little bit more and fish
Mhm.
to see if I might have um, if I might give you some more information on a few things. Okay.
Understood. Yeah.
Um, and then last, there's very little criticism that I can offer there. You guided that through really well. But the very last thing is, go ahead and pencil in an appointment and an actual physical time.
Mhm.
So hey, it would have been like this. Hey, Alexander, I know that you have to talk to the tenants. Why don't we say 11 o'clock? Just so I can get Bruce's schedule reserved. Why don't we go ahead and say 11 o'clock on Sunday? I'll send you just an email and maybe a calendar invitation. If you talk to the tenants and find out that isn't good, you can email me back. You can call me back. Um, But I'll go ahead and get Bruce's schedule blocked off here so that he doesn't book anything else. Okay.
Understood.
And
Makes
then
sense. Yeah.
and then as the ISA, you or your team lead, your client is going to need to follow up on that once or twice, probably tomorrow. You would follow up and just kind of
Mhm.
confirm, hey, did you talk to the tenants yet? No, I hadn't talked to them. So you're just going to follow up until you get confirmation that that appointment is set. Okay. But I would want you to pencil it in
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
way.
I-
That way,
I-
at least you
mhm.
get someone that's working toward an appointment, because we left it open ended, and I may have just blown that appointment off with it being open ended.
Of course, yeah. I could have said something like, my team lead is really busy during the weekend, so let's go ahead
Mhm.
and secure
Yep.
this
I like the
appointment.
words
Mhm.
pencil it in.
Mhm.
I like to talk
Pencil it
about
in.
that because
Okay.
it indicates that we can always change it.
Let's pencil it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good.
Just
Great call.
give me a
Great
sec.
call. Yeah.
Just let's pencil it in.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Or I'll go ahead and pencil this in. You want to just say 11
Mhm.
o'clock. And then if something changes or the tenants can't do it, you can let us know, that kind of thing.
Awesome.
All right, good.
Great.
Okay.
Appreciate
Good,
that, Bruce.
good job. Good job.